on how the housing problem will be fixed. But one thing we have to agree, there is a housing problem. Let's start from there. Let me tell you something. Kenya is a very unequal country, very unequal. We have 1,141 slums in Kenya, of which 172%, they pay 172% more for their water. They pay 45% more. Those guys living in slums, they pay 172% more for water. They pay 45% more for electricity. Housing is a social right. We all have to understand it is your right to have a house. It is not a favor. Nobody is doing us a favor. It is our right. And we actually thank the Kenya Kwanza government and His Excellency William Samoei Ruto for taking this matter seriously. No matter what the naysayers say, no matter what the opposition says, Kenyans have to live in decent housing because Kenya is the most unequal country, even in East Africa. Majority of Kenyans walk to work. Come on, guys. Majority. Why do they walk to work? They walk to work because they cannot afford transport. They don't walk to work so that they can keep fit because they cannot afford transport. Majority of Kenyans live in rented houses or rentals. Why? Because they cannot afford housing. They cannot buy their own homes. Therefore, I don't know what logic Mr. Professor is saying we're not using logic. If that is not basic logic for Kenyans to deal with this matter for housing. Like I said earlier, we can disagree on how it's done, but because Kenya Kwanza is in government, we will follow up to our promise. In fact, what people are not understanding, the housing levy is there to help government build houses en masse, not in small quantities. 200,000 units being put up is massive. That's a massive project. And it's not just in Nairobi, it's all over the country. So there's no discrimination. It's not just in Nairobi, it's everywhere else.